There's options, but I normally go with survival. You might not want hardcore.
Yeah, I definitely don't want hardcore.
In my experience, it's quite easy to overestimate the amount of oxygen you have and die. So welcome to the world of Subnautica.
No, this is a loading screen. This isn't the world of Subnautica.
A premonition of things to come.
Why isn't this backwards when it spins around?
The Altera look?
Yeah.
Observant. It's a very short introductory sequence here. That you are skipping very well.
Man, you weren't kidding. That was short. That was the shortest intro sequence I've ever seen.
Launch in 3, 2.
I'm not gonna wait for anybody else.
They've all got their own escape pods. There are several escape pods out there.
But there's a seat, though.
Well, you waited until the very last second. As you can see, you didn't have much time left.
Ah. Oh no, the fire extinguisher!
Thank God there's no fires you need to extinguish. Oh, that's shrapnel. That's...
See, how did I know that was gonna hit me in the face?
It even cracked her screen. No, Zach, my monitor.
Oh wait, I had a screen. Okay. Had being the operative word. Well, that fire extinguisher ain't gonna work. Okay, where is the... I know this one isn't gonna work, so...
It's damaged, obviously. It was bouncing around. It's probably dented. Alright, we'll just go ahead and put up the fire.
Now, hang on. This might not be the right fire extinguisher for the job. Is this an ABC fire extinguisher, or is this an AB fire extinguisher?
It's not a grease fire. It's no big deal. You just...
Well, what if it's an electrical fire?
It is an electrical fire. Look at those sparks.
Oh, no, don't boot it in safe mode. Booting in safe mode never does anything.
Minor head trauma. This is considered an optimal outcome.
Really? Is it now?
Has now rebooted in
So what is that now for me?
emergency
5?
directive to keep you alive on an alien world.
So yeah, we're gonna play some Subnautica today. I revisited this game recently. I just had an itch to go back to it. I've had a fair amount of fun with it, and honestly, I am kind of surprised that it's not a game you've played before. It seems like the kind of game that'd be right up your alley, in my opinion.
I mean, I've said before, I don't like survival crafting games.
Is that because a lot of survival crafting games out there are low quality and maybe made a bad first impression? And maybe this one would be a fun one for you?
No, you misspoke there. What you should have said was all survival crafting games out there are low quality.
What, that's obviously disproven because The Long Dark exists.
That's not a survival crafting game, though.
Isn't it, though?
It's not a crafting game.
I mean, there's crafting in it.
It's a survival game with crafting mechanics, which is very different.
Okay. But first you'll need some materials. There's not a whole lot you can do with the nothing that you currently have.
Oh, okay.
Let's head on out and see what we've landed on.
Bird!
Landed on the bird. Oh, look, your ship's still somewhat intact.
Boat!
One piece.
One Piece. The One Piece is real! Okay, anyway.
Cause unknown. 0 human life signs detected.
What about me? So am I dead?
Well, you're not on that ship. You're on your own little private ship. Gotta get a little closer to put out those fires. I've never actually used that while in the water. It actually propels you. That's fun. Might be a waste of the extinguishing fluid, but it's kind of fun.
Did you scoot yourself along?
You know, I bet speedrunners grab this, or if they haven't, you've just discovered a new speedrunning technique.
It doesn't really seem that much. It doesn't really seem that fast, as opposed to just
Swimming normally.
swimming normally. Yeah. I have limestone now. There's a fish. Hello, fish.
A little swimming fish, yeah.
Looks kind of like a manta, but also I don't know the name of the other fish I'm thinking of.
Half manta, half
kind of like a cuttlefish.
cuttlefish. All right.
Looks kind of like a little cuttlefish, which is not actually a fish. The cuttlefish isn't actually a fish. The cuttlefish is a cephalopod.
I did not know that. Look, some random garbage.
Trash.
I might be able to make some use out of it.
Fish shadow.
So the reason I thought you might like this game is because I've seen you playing a lot of what I would describe as games that are slow burning. They're just kind of casual games like Voices of the Void and My Summer Car.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I tune in to watch you streaming it, you're always kind of just doing like a mundane activity. It's very relaxing to wrench on an engine or repair your vehicle.
I mean, I would hesitate to call My Summer Car relaxing. but I understand what you mean.
How about Voices of the Void? Because it seems like it's kind of similar to that, in the sense that it's just kind of a casual explore around, following up on radio signals, emergency distress signals.
Voices of the Void, I would describe it, if you have to put it into a category of something else, with something else, I would describe it more as a simulator with horror elements. Alright, so I need creepvine seed clusters. I'm gonna make a battery.
Yeah, there you go. Take the copper and the mushroom and you mash them together.
This is, okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now one of my inherent problems with all survival crafting games.
Go for it.
These aren't all grayed out. That one has a 1 above it, and then this one is highlighted and this one is highlighted. So, and that one's highlighted a different color.
I think the 1 on that first one just indicates there's a new thing for you that you haven't seen yet. Yeah, a power cell just got added to your inventory.
So now, because of the way my brain works, I want to clear all of these things out.
Oh,
and I can't clear them out because that would involve making them, which means that now I need to get the things to make these other things so that they're all the same color.
I see. So a bit of a OCD thing there.
Kinda. The boat's fun looking.
The escape pod, yeah.
I'm calling it a boat. It's not really a boat.
Yeah, it's escape pod number 5. It could be your boat, your little home from home. Hey!
That's
You vaulted over it.
not what I meant to do.
Well, you can create a waterproof locker that can store a few things in it.
Well, I need the titanium to make the repair tool.
Right, so you need
I
to go out and grab
I can't use the titanium for anything. Why don't these stack?
There's no stacking in this game, yeah. Yeah. So I would just drop those all off. You don't need them all right now. If you ever need them, just know that they're all buried underneath your... Yes. Your crap. It's raining mushrooms on your head. That's what they call acid rain. So you start off not being able to go very deep or stay underwater for very long, but once you've crafted enough supplies, you'll be able to do that. An oxygen tank will keep you underwater longer.
Eat something? No. I don't want to.
I'm just gonna starve. You can't make me eat anything.
Detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core to sustain.
Ow! Stop it!
Yeah, those kamikaze fish are really annoying. But you did find a little bit of sulfur down there.
Sulfur is an essential component of the repair tool.
Just needed a resurfacing.
Oh, it's nighttime. Why is it nighttime?
Well, because there is a day-night cycle in this game.
Hey! On today's episode of Zach Hates Everything.
Well, maybe we can find some parts of this game that you like, or some ways it could be customized that you would enjoy more.
Okay, back to the boat.
Okay. And there's that beautiful planet over there, or maybe that's a moon, I'm not sure.
I feel like that's way too close.
Maybe it's a planet, maybe you are on a moon.
I am not an astrophysicist. I'm not a scientist, but I feel like that planet is way too close.
Maybe you've got a telescoping atmosphere.
That's not a thing. Again, not a scientist. That's not a repair tool. I need rubber.
Right, so you gotta find some,
I need to find the creepvine seed cluster.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out for that. So, one of the survival elements that you might not enjoy is having to constantly eat food and drink water, which, it's an option. You could turn that off if you wanted to choose that option when you started the game.
It's not the worst thing. I'm just not... I don't know. So, Voices of the Void has basically the same mechanic where you have to eat food. You don't have to drink, you just have to eat. And one of the things that is nice about Voices of the Void is that you do not necessarily have to make the food. You can just order food and then eat the food. I guess you have to have money to get the food.
Okay. So maybe the eating and drinking elements aren't off-putting to you as much as some of the crafting mechanics. Because this game does have crafting, of course, and also it's got base building. You can make a small base, or you can make a big base. Or you can make a small base and then a big base, which is what I usually end up doing anyway. I just felt like this game would be more up your alley than you might realize, because one, it looks beautiful, and two, sometimes I realize that I need a material that's off in the distance, so I set off on an expedition. I pack myself some water and some food, and I start heading out to a nearby location. For example, this area might have some resources that I need. Like,
Oh, there we go. There's those things. All right. Well, I gotta go to the surface because I'm about to drown.
Yep, and then we'll come back down and grab what we need.
Oxygen.
What do you think I've been doing, computer? Tell me to swim to surface one more time. And we'll see what happens.
You can probably turn off those notifications somehow, but I find them very useful because the one time I'm not paying attention is the one when the
This
voice.
planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse ecological biomes. New study required.
Oh, we got two ladies talking to me at the same time.
They're just getting twice as much information.
Wait, hang on.
There you go.
I don't think that was any faster.
No. But what are the odds you're gonna need that fire extinguisher for anything? Really?
0.
Yeah.
I won't need it.
Is something on fire? Oh no! It's not like we're surrounded by a whole bunch of water.
I could just make another fire extinguisher.
Just craft it out of a couple of plants.
One of the problems I have with survival crafting games is you start out like this, where you're just grabbing stuff. So you're just grabbing a bunch of plants, and like you start out with a bunch of coconuts and reeds, and then you turn that into thatch, and then like 3 hours later, you've turned that into an AK-47, and I'm just like, what? No, that's not how that works.
Well, you might be indignant about that, but there's no real weapons in this game. It's all fictional weapons or, self-defense implements. But like I said, it's a magic fabricator. And there's your repair tool. There you go. Yeah, it starts off being frustrating because you move so slowly, but you pick it up pretty quickly. There you go. You can increase your swimacy by making some fins with that silicone. You're already motoring around faster.
The fabricator draws from available data to provide environment-appropriate equipment using locally available materials. For your safety, this setting cannot be overridden.
And a standard oxygen tank. Two great pieces of equipment right off at the start.
Oh, so that just permanently increases how much oxygen I have.
Well, you can take them off if you want to. It doesn't have to be permanent. But hey, extra 30 seconds of oxygen and you swim faster.
Make another one.
I don't think they stack. Although, a high-capacity O2 tank. Just gonna find some silver and some glass.
No. Okay.
And now you can use the repair tool. Yeah, get this radio up and running. Is that a radio? Hopefully.
I don't know what this is.
We'll figure it out once it's done.
It's the panel that hit me in the face is what it is.
Full environment diagnostic and outputting results to data.
You're right, it did leave a dent on your skull. Turn that tool around and start repairing your forehead. Now all you gotta do is take this tool over to the Aurora, get it up and running.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you got a new voicemail.
Rescue operation will be dispatched to your location in 9
Why do you sound like the demon from House of the Dead?
hours. Continue to monitor for emergency transmissions from other life pods.
Oh, there might be some other survivors. You weren't the only life pod. I guess it's your duty to get this place up and running, build a small habitat, maybe find some people that you can rescue.
That sounds like work. Oh, wait a minute.
There you go, full health.
I did not realize that I was not at full health yet.
You figure this stuff out pretty quick. That's some small amount of water.
How is it non-vegetarian water? It's water. How is the water non-vegetarian?
Yeah, good question. Very good question, actually.
That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it makes sense later in the game. You can make non-vegetarian water, but it wouldn't make sense that you would start off with non-vegetarian water.
What is it? Is the water filtered through a dead fish?
Yes.
Well, that's stupid.
Alright, let's get on out of here.
Okay, so I can exit this way.
Yep. Into the drink or into the sky.
What am I doing?
Well, I guess that depends on what you want to do. There's no stated goals in this game. You can focus on making a sea glide, but you gotta find some ingredients. You could try and find some silver to improve your oxygen tank. You can make a scanner. You don't have a scanner yet.
Glass. How do I make glass? Oh.
Yeah, we'll make the scanner. To find glass, you need to make glass, you need to find some quartz lying around.
The scanner can be used to synthesize blueprints from salvage technology and to record alien biological data.
Oh, I only have 1 quartz right now.
You'll be able to find some. There you go. You're scanning to. Hey, you're scanning yourself.
Why did I scan myself?
Complete. Vital signs normal. Continuing to monitor.
Now we'll scan some mushrooms. And now you can open the menu and learn more about those mushrooms if you wanted to. Scan the local...
Get back here.
Fish.
I'm trying to scan you.
You know, sometimes I hit the fish with my car. It's easier to scan a dead fish. They can't swim away.
Yeah, but I don't want to scan a dead fish. That would be mean to the fish.
Also, you currently don't have a car. The boomerang fish! Name for the way it's shaped, probably.
That fish looks dumb. This fish looks cute.
The peeper fish? Yeah.
Oh. Not a manatee.
It's the gasopod, or as I call him, the fart fish.
That's mean. It's not his fault that it does that. Oh.
Yeah, it kind of is his fault. He had Taco Bell, so he got some
I
flashes.
got Taco Bell out here?
Yeah. Not anymore. It was on the Aurora, and it crashed. Yeah, that paper is dirty. It's gonna be hard to get a read on them, but you get them. There you go.
There. They're a lot cuter when they're moving and I don't have to look at them.
You don't have to catch them anymore. Yep, and then we can scan the metal salvage. So this is just the early game of Subnautica. You're going around, enjoying the world that you've landed on, scanning things, learning more information about them, and
Enjoying is a strong word.
oh, you're not enjoying yourself? I'm sorry to hear that.
Existing in is a good word.
You or your character?
Yes. Alright, looking for... Why do I have Ernie's head from Bert and Ernie?
Ernest, I think it's your hair making you look like that. Maybe if you get a camera, you can take a look at yourself.
Caution. Continued degradation of the Aurora's drive core may result in a quantum detonation. Continuing to monitor.
Oh, well, I probably should go fix that or something.
Yeah, we'll get around to that. Hey, we got a survival knife. There you go.
Weapons were removed from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. The
Well,
knife
that
was
sounds
the
like
only
you should have
exception.
given everyone guns, and then nobody would have gotten massacred because they all had guns.
Oh,
So
there
maybe
you
that
go.
would have been the smart idea, computer. Maybe you should have thought about that before you took all the weapons away.
I don't think the computer's the one who made the regulations.
I'm gonna blame the computer. So, okay, next question. If I put stuff into the storage locker, can I still use it, or does it have to be in my inventory?
Normally, the game would say that it has to be in your inventory if you want to craft with it, but I have a mod on right now.
Okay.
So if it's within 10 meters away, it's considered to be in your inventory when you're crafting. One of the mods I find quite essential.
Yeah, I really don't. That's, again, another thing I don't like about survival crafting games is it's science fiction and you have a super cool fabricator machine. Okay, cool. Can it just, like, grab stuff out of the inventory and put it? No!
It can't.
No, it needs to be in your pocket.
But with a mod? No, it's all good. So yeah, I'd like to start off puttering around in the shallows here, just checking out some of the local flora and fauna, scanning some of the wreckage, grabbing some easy-to-grab materials, avoiding hostile wildlife that might not be friendly.
I mean, he looks friendly.
Yeah, he hasn't attacked you yet, so what are the chances he will? Probably none.
I'm sure he won't.
Just scan the creep vine, maybe we'll learn some more blueprints or things we can make with it, maybe. Hey, you can scan the seed clusters as well.
Oh. It's too much crap.
Too much scanning?
Too much crap.
What do you mean too much crap? I find scanning to be quite relaxing, going around and trying to document everything. It's, honestly, it seems like the kind of thing that I thought would appeal to you, because when we were playing things like, for example, Starfield, you sat down and you wanted to run out and start scanning all these minerals and filling out data banks.
I don't like doing that. I just have to do it because the game is telling me I have to do it.
Oh, I thought it was relaxing for you.
No, I'm doing it because the game is like, you have to do it, and it's like, all right, cool. How do I get the thing that just makes me like blow up everything? Well, you have to scan every single thing in the game 17 times. Ah, okay. All right, well, I guess I better get to scanning. Yeah, you better.
We were talking previously about how it would be one of your dream jobs to be like in Montana, going from beacon to beacon. They say, here, go check out this. You write down some data, and then you go to the next one on your little ATV. Ooh, radiation detected. That might be a little dangerous if you got closer, or if you linger for too long.
No, I'm sure it's fun.
Some people have said that this game makes them uneasy because, like, again, it's a giant open ocean, and was that agoraphobia? Is that the one where you're scared of the giant?
That's the fear of just open spaces. I think.
Thalassophobia.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. Yeah.
I do not have that, so.
I don't really have that much either. Although I am sometimes claustrophobic, so when I sometimes have to squeeze into small caves to get materials, it's a little off-putting for me. But exploring the wider ocean, I actually enjoy this.
I mean, I can't make anything that would help me be able to survive radiation, so.
Not at the moment,
I
no.
guess the ship is just gonna blow up, because, like.
I guess so.
I can't fix it.
But you have a radio message on your voicemail box.
No, I don't.
Receiving pre-recorded distress call, laying back.
This is LifePod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
I'm gonna go home without them.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Just gotta craft an escape pod that shoots into the orbit. So yeah, you can use the bladder fish that you find and filter water through them. Or if you've got bleach, you can make your own water.
This menu is not as egregious as other survival crafting games I've played, where it's just menus on menus on menus on menus on menus. And every single menu has 12 different things
Yeah.
that all have notifications on them, and it's impossible for me to actually clear out my notifications tab.
I imagine that's quite frustrating. I find that sometimes with this.
It's
like,
very frustrating for me.
sometimes I have to go through and, check these all off. Yep, I've heard all these messages. Clear out of my notification list, please. And if you want, you can read about the wildlife. Stalker's teeth, it's got night vision.
Okay.
Never actually read these, but maybe I should take some time and do that next time. So yeah, got a radio frequency of a nearby LifePod 3.
Whee!
Their sea glide is damaged, was it? Well, we don't have a sea glide, so maybe you should just be grateful.
Maybe I'm gonna go beat them up and steal their sea glide.
Steal their damaged sea glide.
It's everyone for themselves, and I want a sea glide. I don't even know what that is.
It sounds like it could be useful.
Joke's on me, I'm gonna get over there and it's just gonna be a personal lubricant.
Like Astroglide, yeah. How would you damage it? Maybe if like tube is leaking out?
Yeah, the tube is just leaking everywhere.
Oh no! And then everything around the
Now every time they try to stand up in the pod, they just go whoop, and
This
slip.
slide right off.
And it makes like a freaking Tom and Jerry noise every time they do it.
They bang their head on the life pod, makes that dong noise. And there it is. Right where the
So they're dead, right? Like they're not alive anymore, or they're not going to be alive once I open the hatch.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone in there.
Well, then where the hell did they go?
I don't know.
Oh,
Probably eaten by a giant fish. And grab their PDA, learn about the crew log.
Integrating new PDA data.
all right. Well, where did they go? They literally just radioed me.
You're right, they probably got eaten in between the 5 seconds where they sent that message.
Start here. Your PDA is automatically rebooted in emergency mode. It keeps you alive on a hostile alien world. Okay, cool.
And if you want, you can learn more about your Aurora, your giant
There's
ship.
only 20. There were only 157 people on that ship.
I guess so. Maybe it's mostly autonomous. Got a bunch of computers handling all the things.
Oh, damn! It got a V8 in it.
It had a
It
V8 drive core.
It got the Edelbrock on it. That's how it come. That's how come it's so loud. Got
So-
a V8 in it. If it don't have a Hemi in it, I don't want it.
It sustained heavy damage in orbit of planet 4546 Bravo. Wow, what a name.
That's a stupid name for a planet. All I need to know is what kind of V8 it got in it and whether or not it's a Hemi. Because if it ain't a Hemi, then I don't want it. Fun fact: basically every single engine now is a Hemi. They all have a hemispherical. They all have like hemispherical pistons.
I'll take your word on that. I'm not much of a car guy.
The AEP suit. It's got a contextual heads-up display. Oh boy.
It's hermetically sealed.
Local radiation readings suggest the Aurora's drive core has reached critical state. Quantum detonation will occur within 2 hours.
Well, I can't go in there. I guess it's just gonna blow up because
guess so.
I can't go fix it.
Yeah.
Creepvine seeds. Yep, they're seeds. They look like the inside of a stomach. Not actually.
they're kinda like the
I saw
fibria.
that and my first thought was it's like a little cilia inside
Uh,
of your stomach.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. which is also where the word celiac disease comes from, because you have a problem with the cilia inside your stomach and intestines.
Oh, I did not know that.
Performing a self-scan is advised.
What? Why? Why do you want me to perform a self-scan?
Last couple times you've done that, you've been normal, so what are the odds you're going to be abnormal?
Self-scan complete. Vital signs normal.
Great.
Detecting trace amounts of foreign bacteria. Continue.
So now I gotta deal with that. Yeah, this is, okay, yet another thing I don't like about survival crafting games is that now I caught a disease from something. Don't know where that from!
Is this what your biggest problem is with survival games? Is that it's sensory overload?
Yes.
Okay, that's just it. It's just sensory overload,
Yeah,
really.
it's too much stuff happening. It's, the computer is, I gotta go find all these things, so I gotta go find a bunch of stuff so that I can make rubber, so that I can take the rubber and turn the rubber into a repair tool. But while I'm doing that, this computer is telling me, make sure you go to the surface and get oxygen, make sure you equip flippers so that you can swim faster. Oh, the ship is gonna blow up. No, wait, no, the ship isn't gonna blow up. Look out for radiation. Oh my god, you need to eat food. Why haven't you eaten food yet? You're about to drown.
Well, some people like being able to have that challenge. All these spinning plates, you got a 10 to 1 before the other ones fall over.
I really don't.
Okay.
Calorie intake recommended, see?
Yeah, okay.
Leave me the fuck alone, let me make shit! Do you want me to make things, or do you want me to worry about whether or not I have to eat today?
Maybe both. Maybe make things, but don't die in the process.
I definitely will begin to suffer from decision fatigue, where it's just like, no, I've had to choose too much crap. I'm done. I'm not choosing anything else today.
Okay.
So it gets to a point where it's like, I'm just like, no, I'm not deciding anything anymore.
And then you shut down and you shut the game down and you walk away. I understand.
I need to make more water, but I can't make water because I don't have... What do I need to make water? Filter, so I need disinfected water.
Either you can make some bleach or you can grab a bladderfish.
Alright, well, let's go grab a bladderfish, I guess.
Alright. Yeah, I didn't expect to go very far in this game, but I wanted to see how you'd react and just talk about it.
I'm trying not to just be the angriest, most bitter, angry man that has ever existed. But yeah, I start to suffer from an information overload where it's just, there's too much stuff happening. The game is trying to give me way too much information at the same time, and like, what I'm supposed to be doing is finding a bladderfish right now. Not gonna. I'm gonna go find it. I'm gonna go scan this Gary fish because I just saw a new fish. So it's a new thing I have to scan, even though I'm not gonna read anything about this fish. Oh, there's salvage. Gotta pick that up.
Okay, I get it. So on paper, this seemed like the kind of game that I couldn't understand why you weren't playing, because it seemed like it would have a lot of things that you would enjoy, but actually sitting down with you and watching you play it, I understand why you would struggle with it, why it's not really your cup of tea.
It's not just this game. I'm not saying that survival crafting games are bad by any margin. I'm not saying they're bad. There's a reason people like them. People really do like these games.
Yeah, I like this game.
But it is, for me personally, it is just, there's too much stuff happening all at once.
Okay.
And it makes it really hard for me to focus.
All right.
New agent discovered
Did I get it?
may have unexpected applications. Utilizing alien resources is a proven survival strategy.
Is it? Take this fish and grind it into a drinkable Gatorade. And your new pet fish, you can cook it up and eat it, or you could drink it, which is, yeah, I don't want to cook it if you want to get water out of it. Filtering water. There you go. Now it's in your inventory.
I need more. Okay, I need more than one. Why did I think I was only going to need one?
Don't. There you go. Refilled a little bit of your thirst meter.
I'm trying to think about why I enjoy games like
Voices of the Void. I actually do want to sit down with you and watch you play some Voices of the Void. Just kind of be on your shoulder, talking with you about it, picking your brain.
I mean, that's something we can literally do after this because that game is free.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, Subnautica's not free, but it's also not super expensive. So
That game is free. I highly recommend giving I highly recommend paying for it because it's really good.
Yeah.
That game is more featured. We're not talking about Voices of the Void right now.
We'll touch on it a little bit. You say it's isn't it in an alpha right now?
It's in alpha, and in alpha, that game is more featured than some AAA games.
Yeah.
Most AAA games.
Yeah, we'll check that out soon.
There is more stuff in Voices of the Void than there is
In a lot of other major games.
in a lot of other AAA games.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think one of the reasons that I like Voices of the Void over survival crafting games like this is because there isn't as much information. Once you learn the game's mechanics, it's not constantly telling you, you need to do stuff, you need to do this, you need to do that. It's just, you just kind of figure out, oh, I have to do these things. And you're not running around gathering materials. At least you are, but not to the extent that you are in this game.
Yeah, that's primarily what you are doing in this game, is gathering materials to increase your ability to survive and go into more treacherous areas where there are rarer materials. That's part of the challenge, but it might not be the most intellectually stimulating part of any game.
Okay, so the water is filtered. It's not disinfected, though, so that's how I got sick, is because I drank water that wasn't disinfected. But
Oh, okay.
I drank water that was filtered but not disinfected.
Well, I've never played this game and not gotten infected. It's basically par for course. Emergency flotation. You can make an air bladder. I've never done that.
Huh.
Never felt the need to make that. I never needed. Well, there are times where I needed to breach the surface quickly, but you know, just don't put yourself in a scenario like that, and you won't need it.
Random question: can you suffer from the bends in this game?
I don't. No, you can't get the bends.
Not realistic. Worst game ever. 0 to 10.
What you want is going to be realistic. Oh, you haven't eaten enough citrus. You got scurvy now. Although speaking of, they added scurvy as a status ailment to the Long Dark.
Oh my god. Oh.
You want realism, maybe?
See, this is why I haven't played The Long Dark in a long time.
I see. Well, that. If you're like me, you played it to death already, but maybe you haven't played it as much as
What's
I
that
have.
little emergency flotation device? I want it. Give me that.
Yeah, okay, we'll make an air bladder. Never actually used that, so it'd be interesting to see that being used. I imagine it's a one-time use thing where it just takes you to the surface super fast.
We'll see. I'm gonna run out of storage space.
Well, the best thing you can do with regards to storage space is find you gotta make a habitat builder, because it's pretty cheap to make. It's one of the tools you can make. And then you can start building your own little base and storage areas.
Emergency. A quantum detonation has occurred in
Cool,
the
let's watch it blow up.
drive core.
Yeah!
The reactor will reach a supercritical state in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Happy New Year! Neat!
Well, I'm dead.
Nah, you're far enough away. You're like, I don't know, 200 meters. That's far enough. As long as the radiation doesn't get you.
For your convenience, the radiation suit has been new blueprint in Aquas.
Oh, okay, yeah, thank you for my convenience. Uh-huh.
So now you can make the radiation suit if you find enough lead and a fiber mesh.
Alright, how do I find fiber mesh? The thing, I need battery and glass. So that was, again, I saw like 20 minutes ago, I saw that I could make a flashlight.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I need to make the flashlight. I should find quartz. And then, here we are. Haven't found quartz. Haven't gone looking for quartz.
Alright, yeah.
Congratulations, survivor. You have exceeded your weekly exercise quotient by 500%. Data indicates that swimming was your favorite activity.
I'm gonna stay down here till I drown, lady. I'm gonna stay down here until I drown. Cut creeper vine with knife. Why? What does that do?
New blueprint synthesized from the alien resource. Now you can
Oh,
make
wait,
fiber
wait,
mesh.
wait.
Alright, trying out the ascend with it or replenish oxygen with the D-pad. Hey, ascending wow, you ascend fast. That actually seems like a quite useful item that I should have been bringing with me on all of my other journeys.
Maybe.
It might have saved me from dying.
Also, it was incorrect. It said ascend with left trigger, and I had to press right trigger to ascend.
Yeah, that's my problem.
Alright, quartz. Need to find quartz. I do wish that I liked these kind of games, because they seem like games that are very easy to lose a large chunk of time in.
Oh, yeah.
But it's too much stuff for my puny mollusk-like brain.
It's fun to get immersed in this game, but I understand it's not for everybody. And as much as I do enjoy this game, I've come back to this game quite a lot, but I've only ever beaten it once, because to get down to the end of the game, you need to really dive deep down. You need to have a lot of materials. Is that reusable? I did not realize that item was reusable.
I think as long as you don't use the oxygen in it, it's infinitely reusable.
Wow, I thought it was a single-use item and I never made it because of it. That seems crazy.
See, you should have made that.
I should have. I shouldn't have immediately written it off. Me and my silly preconceived notions. And there you go. You can make fiber mesh now because you cut open some vines.
Oh, okay.
Make up some strong natural fibers. There you go.
I will say to this game's credit, at least it's not like, oh, you need 6 of this thing and 5 of this thing, and then well, okay, I just said that you need like a certain amount, but
It's rarely that egregious, but sometimes the recipes are a bit more complicated.
oh, I need a battery.
Just gotta find some copper and grab some more mushrooms. Well, you know where the mushrooms are, but you gotta keep an eye out for some copper. And you're right. Oop. Right there. Oh, sometimes there's titanium inside and not copper. But that's where you get copper. Look for little rocks like that, which might be a bit more difficult to do in the dark.
Yeah, that's why I want a flashlight, so that I can find stuff.
Oh, the irony! You need a flashlight to find the copper, but you need copper to make the flashlight. What a catch-22. There you go. Copper! And the kamikaze fish we all hate.
Great. Yay, flashlight.
Now you'll be able to see.
How many lumens is it? What is the candela?
Maybe you can actually look that up. I don't know. Oh, you want to get rid of the notifications that are popping up?
Yup.
Yep, that's a bit annoying. I guess I've just kind of learned to ignore them, but I can ignore them. Not everyone can.
Okay. I'm sorry, but why are you notifying me of these messages when I was literally standing right there and watched it happen?
Yeah, you don't need to put a notification icon for that thing.
You don't need to tell me that the computer told me that the Aurora drive core has reached a critical state. He looks like Watto from episode 1 of Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah, he looks like Watto, but with a mouth instead of like a trunk.
And there's the crew log you picked up.
Oh, I forgot to read that.
An actual, yeah, you haven't actually seen this one. See, this is what you need to be notified about, not the other stuff.
Maths? We don't call them maths. We just call it math in the United States. How dare you?
We're not in the United States. We're on 4546 Bravo.
Well, we're here. By
You
virtue
claim-
of us being here, that makes it the United States.
I claim this planet in the name of Uncle Sam.
Yeah, so we need to hurry up and get on capitalizing on everything here. How much of this stuff can we turn into junk that we can sell for money?
You can't claim the land if it's all underwater, I guess.
Repair tool, air pumps, handheld scanner.
Radiation suit, there you go. You can
Yep.
make that one day. We got safety rating up to 400 Sven Hertz.
That's Sieverts.
Sieverts. I'm surprised I got it that close. So the habitat builder
Wait,
requires...
no, I'm trying.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, what am I trying to do? What am I even trying to do right now? No, I need to make the radiation suit. I need lead. Oh, God. All right. So I need the second fiber mesh, and then now I need to find lead. Of course, I just immediately point the flashlight at my own face.
Yeah.
Where am I gonna find a computer chip? Table coral, God, gold and copper. Okay, so I gotta find copper ore, and then that means that then once I find copper ore, I need to find gold and table coral,
And then you'll be able to...
and then I need to find silver ore
Yeah.
to make a wiring kit.
You need to find quite a lot of materials.
Vital signs stabilizing.
It's telling you did a good job, that's all.
No, I ate the bladderfish instead of.
Oh, I see. And we'll cut the protein-rich eyeballs on that peeper fish. Good.
The fabricator cooks small organisms while disposing of the skeletal structure, bodily fluids, and internal organs, thus rendering them safe for human consumption.
Hooray! All right, I'm just gonna dump a bunch of this titanium in the ocean.
Sure, you can do that. Man, that bladder looks so fun.
It definitely makes getting up to the surface a lot easier.
Oh my god, I always had to swim to the surface manually. It's so much faster the way you're doing it. Just break
Okay.
it open with this thing. And
I did not know that you could do that, but all
you're
right.
gonna damage that thing.
It's not damaged it yet.
Yeah. A different kind of outcropping, a sandstone outcropping. Hey, gold! That's one of the items
right.
that you needed. So if you need more gold, break up on those outcroppings.
Yep, I kind
30
of
seconds.
shouldn't have touched that. Well, where is Silver?
I believe silver is in the sandstone that you were breaking apart. Hey, do you mind not exploding? We needed to scan you. Oh, this is a hive.
Oh, great.
30 seconds.
There's some sandstone.
Silver-based wiring.
Silver!
There you go.
I still need one more silver.
Modules.
There's one. There's another one down there, too.
It is your primary directive to swim closer to therapy to full bridge.
No.
30 seconds.
Fish.
Stupid fish trying to hypnotize you. Some silver, alright. Be very careful, because that fish stole a lot of your health. Hey, lead! Yeah, it's a shame this isn't your kind of game, but at least you get to enjoy it for a little bit. Hey, I at least appreciate you giving it a chance.
There's too much stuff going on for me.
Yeah.
See, now I gotta go find this recipe and then unpin it because I pinned it. Nope, not. It's not in that menu, Zach. Stop checking that menu. It's not in that menu. I wonder if it's in this menu.
Maybe it's in the menu yet. No? Okay. And now you've got a habitat builder. So now you can start building the base, which I have a lot of fun with.
Finally.
Designed to construct habitats capable of withstanding extreme environmental conditions.
Oh yeah, A to construct. There you go. You gotta hold it down.
Alright.
It's not done yet, because you needed a piece of lead.
Oh my god.
Alright, I will pick up the controller and pal around a little bit. I will go ahead and deconstruct what you were building here since we didn't have the lead for it.
No, you won't.
Ah, you've taken control of the mouse and keyboard. Oh, I can't do anything. Oh no. I guess you are playing after all.
That's what I'm just gonna do from now on while you're playing.
Just mess.
I'm just gonna wait until you're in the middle of doing something, and then I'm just gonna do this.
Well, I guess I'm marrying a fish now.
You got like a titanium caterpillar.
Yeah, dude, just rolling along, are they? Just rolling along.
That's weird that they're all going the exact same way.
The current's taking them, I guess.
It's obviously the item of the clump of titanium is spherical, even though the titanium itself is not spherical.
Yeah. So it's just rolling at a consistent speed.
Why can't I just make the base?
It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of things you gotta
Why
juggle.
can't I just build the base? Well, no, you need lead, though. When were you gonna tell me that I needed lead? Right now, when you're trying to build the base. I'm doing the worst job humanly possible describing why I don't like survival crap.
I think you've accurately explained your difficulties with it, your frustrations with it. It's not for everyone, and it's a lot to it absolutely is. It can be overwhelming. It's a lot to juggle. You gotta manage your thirst, manage your hunger, grab all these materials, manage your health, manage your oxygen, manage your battery life, because you made batteries for the scanner, but it's already at like 90% battery life. It's batteries being drained, so you gotta make more batteries or charge your batteries.
Are you gonna make batteries for these things too?
Yeah, you gotta make batteries.
Oh my god.
I made shelter, but the shelter's not powered, so I've got to make something to power the shelter. There's a lot. There is absolutely a lot.
I don't like how much stuff there is you have to do. If I'm going to do something, I want to have all the tools I need to do that thing in front of me before I start doing that thing.
Power restored.
I know you can play this game on a difficulty where there's no survival portion of the game.
Yep, free explore.
And then the problem with playing the game, I get a lot of times, well, why don't you just play it on that difficulty? If I play it on that difficulty, then I am now neglecting half of the game's mechanic.
It could feel like that, yeah.
It's like, cool, well, you just took half the game and it's gone now. You don't have to do any of this stuff in the game, which is what they intended for you to do, is play the game like this. But you get, like, half of the game is now locked off to you.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's half the game. If you don't want to have to constantly be catching fish for the water and hunting fish for the food, you still have to juggle a lot of things. You still have to manage battery, oxygen, base building, supplies, exploring different areas, scanning different things. There's still a lot to do, but it does take away some of the inconveniences that come with the inherent survival nature of the game.
I really hate the base building in Fallout 4.
Not a fan of that, no.
Like, actually, I am willing to go so far as to say hate.
Yeah.
I do not like doing the base building in Fallout 4.
Understandable.
I think it's really stupid. I don't know why they went so hard on it. And I don't really like doing survival games either.
You know, yeah, if it's not your genre, that's totally fine. Everyone's got their own personal tastes and preferences. I think even if you don't particularly care for survival games, you can still appreciate this game for what it is and how it looks and how it plays.
I'm not saying it's bad. I just like I don't particularly care for it.
That's totally fine. So one of the reasons I thought you might like this game is because eventually you do unlock more vehicles to drive. You can build a bigger shelter. So here is my base, my most recent base. Alright, so I have my little sea moth here. It's docked. It's a lot of fun to put around this thing. It's my favorite vehicle. Explore the entire ocean. It goes very fast. Eventually you get to a point where everything is self-sustaining. I got plants here, so if I'm hungry, I eat some of these. If I'm thirsty, I got a water purification machine, so I can drink that. If I'm bored, I can look up a little Markiplier statue.
Oh yeah, they added a little Markiplier figure to the game, didn't they?
Yep. And all my resources are stored nice and neatly, but if I want, I could have just crammed them all in there. It's totally fine.
Did you have to label all of those?
Yeah, I chose to label them. You don't have to.
Okay.
I just chose to. I like having things organized. But it's not necessary. You don't have to do that. Especially with when you have the mod on where you can just grab things out of storage without physically handling them. It's easy to just shove stuff in there. It's totally fine. So, if you don't like to micromanage, which I know you don't, you wouldn't like doing this. It seems tedious. You probably want the mod where...
The problem is I have to do this, though.
Again, if you have the mod on that I have, you don't have to. You just shove it all in there and it's totally fine.
Even if here's the problem, though. Even if I have that mod on, it still is going to hurt my brain that the items are not properly organized in there.
So, yeah, you don't have to micromanage, but your brain would make you micromanage.
I would still need to do it.
Gotcha. Yeah, if I want some specific materials, I can now scan for them, and it'll show up on my HUD. It'll tell me exactly where it is.
Now, see, why can't you just scan for them at the beginning of the game?
That would certainly make things easier. All right, so instead of taking the sea moth, which is a lot of fun, I got my submarine here.
Instead of taking the fun vehicle, we're going to take the really annoying vehicle that's way worse.
You know what? I will show you the sea moth. I'll show you why I enjoy it so much before we go into the bigger vehicle that I don't like as much. Sure.
Let me let me try to drive this thing.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. There you go.
All right, let me see how this thing works.
Here you go. Put on your brights, flash the fish.
Neat.
And have the fish bounce off your ship. That's a thing you can do too.
Oh, did I just kill a fish?
No, I think he's okay. Might just be wounded.
The hell are you doing?
Looks like he's having a fun time. Probably don't want to get involved. Sometimes they get closer to my base than I would like, but that's just how life goes down here.
All right, we're gonna go down and visit the Titanic. This is gonna be just like Ocean Gate.
Okay, I do actually have some markers, so if you want to go down there, it's some pretty fun areas to see.
Using it, well, it's not a Logitech controller; it's an actual Xbox controller. So this might be a little bit better than
Yeah,
Ocean Gate.
that's why you don't. That's why they didn't survive, because they didn't have an Xbox controller.
They should have been using an Xbox controller. That would have been the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Can you like pitch and roll the vehicle?
You cannot. Oh, actually, you can use the right analog stick to turn up and down. You can't like do a barrel roll or
I
anything.
feel like I'm canted slightly to the left.
Oh no, I
feel like my ship has rolled slightly to the left. That's why I asked.
I think the.
But it might just be the environment.
Yeah, I think it's the environment. I think the environment there is sloped. You're staying pretty stable.
See, like this, I enjoy doing this. This is fun.
There you go.
Can I go through the little
Oh,
gap
yeah,
in
you
here
can.
without killing any of these fish?
It's like you're going slow enough. Yeah.
See, I enjoy doing this. The problem is the amount of work I have to do to get to this point.
Yeah, I honestly, I would say you were about halfway to it. Just had to, well, maybe a third of the way to it. Yeah.
Whee!
Yeah, it's a fun vehicle to pilot. It starts off only being able to dive down 200 meters, but you can see on the top of my screen it can go down 900 meters now because I've built some modules for it.
You've reinforced it.
Yeah. Watch out for that mushroom.
Oh. I didn't realize how big this ship is. Is there like a third-person camera?
I don't know. There's a mod for a
Okay.
third-person camera, but no, not by default. So yeah, once you have the ability to dive down deeper, you can see even more beautiful sights. Yeah, or another life pod, like Life Pod 13.
You can see a weird glowing fish.
Yeah, the jelly rays. Yep. Lucky number 13. Yep.
Oh, you just leave. You don't, like, walk around inside the ship or anything.
Nope.
Whoever was in here is now dead.
Yep, but I've already
Probably.
picked this place clean. I've already grabbed all the supplies.
Well then.
And I spend the majority of my game, the mid-game, in the Seamoth. It's really fun to pick up an SOS broadcast or, learn of a location and pilot my way there. Pick up some supplies, stash them in my inventory and also the ship's inventory and bring it all back and then upgrade my base. And sometimes hit things along the way. That's how life goes.
Why would they program that noise into the game?
Don't know. I wonder if there's a mod that turns off the thud noise.
It makes me feel bad. I don't like it.
Yeah. Excuse me. Pardon me. I'm not being very careful at all. I try to avoid damaging my ship with the fish.
Does it damage your ship?
Yeah, my ship is a little damaged now.
It's a fish, though.
Yeah, but I hit a lot of them.
It's just a fish.
All right, I'm not going to bother parking the Seamoth. I'm just going to go inside the submarine. So the submarine is really cool. It doesn't go as fast as I would like, but also it's a giant ship, so if I drove it any faster, I'd probably crash it all the time.
Okay, so you can actually, like, walk around inside the sub.
Oh, yeah, you can. Unlike the Seamoth, this is a very spacious area. In fact, sometimes I use this as a portable base. Just bring all of my materials in here, and I only come back to a different base in case I need to charge my batteries. Oh, forgot to show you this. Sometimes, if I want to explore, get in a little prawn suit.
Oh, this is, yeah, I think I've seen this before. Just a little, like, walking robot suit.
Yeah, a little mech. It's kind of fun.
Back into the sub.
It has jets.
Oh, okay.
I got a drill arm, so I can drill materials. I don't have the schematics for a grapple arm on this save, but that's fine. Pardon me, going back in the ship. So that's great if I find a stockpile of materials down deep and I just want to drill a whole bunch of them. But here we go, piloting the sub.
So, I'm going to be completely honest. If the game started and this was the thing you were in and you had to fix it and get it running, but then you spent the majority of the game piloting around the submarine and then finding materials to upgrade the submarine,
It would probably be more your...
I would enjoy it more.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, 'cause that's what stoked my interest in showing you this game, because I was piloting this around and I thought, man, I can't believe Zach doesn't play this game. This seems like the kind of thing that he'd really enjoy. And yeah, this particular aspect, you probably would really enjoy.
This seems fun, piloting the submarine around and looking for stuff and doing things. Can you launch torpedoes?
I don't have the torpedo module installed. I've been kind of lazy when I came to building this. I just wanted, I was kind of speeding through it. I got sonar, that's handy. But yeah, you can get the torpedo launcher. It's such a big thing. You can access the cameras too and look around. Dive down deeper.
Yeah, see, if the game was you just drive around the submarine and look for things, I would be a lot more interested. But I don't want to build a base. I want to drive a tugboat around in the middle of the ocean.
I see. So maybe if somebody sent you a save file with everything already established, you had all your materials, you'd feel free to explore.
Maybe, but
Yeah, theoretically.
Like, I don't really feel like going out of my way to play this.
Nah, I'm just speaking theoretically about what kind of game you would like. I think this game has a lot of elements you would appreciate and enjoy, even if you don't enjoy it as it stands.
Yeah.
It's getting kind of hard to see, so let me just turn on some sonar here.
That's more like LiDAR than sonar.
Is it? What's the difference?
I mean, sonar is just, I don't know, I guess it's just the output. It's just the output that it's giving you, it looks like.
Okay. The visual representation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons I struggle with this vehicle is that it's so large and cumbersome, and sometimes I gotta get in some tight spaces. Oh boy, what am I stuck on now?
LiDAR is an acronym of light detection and ranging. And sonar is sound navigation and ranging.
Okay.
So basically the difference is sonar uses sound, LiDAR uses lasers.
All right. And you can kind of see the laser grid pattern, so that would make sense. I don't think most people have heard of LiDAR, though, so...
No, it's a more common thing now. But, yeah, I also don't think LiDAR would work underwater. because of how light works. I feel like LiDAR... I don't know, actually. Again, not a scientist.
We're all scientists, amateur scientists.
I feel like LiDAR might not work as well because of how refraction works. And like they've been using sonar on submarines for a long time, and I guess it's just a matter of how it outputs the information that it's taking in.
Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Pardon me.
Why are you saying pardon me to the
No, I'm saying,
hull
please,
damage.
Zach, pardon me. I forgot to put the depth module back inside this thing so we can go down deep. Let me just extend the... Yeah,
That's not how submarines work.
I don't want to get crushed, so I put the depth module in. There we go. Now we can keep going down deeper.
That's inaccurate. That's dumb. That's not how submarines work. I disagree.
Well, the game's not a scientist either. But anyway, yeah, thank you for enjoying Subnautica with me. We don't have to go down all the way and see everything. But yeah, down here in the briny deep.
Look, there's a lake underwater.
Yeah. And it's actually kind of treacherous, like real briny lakes would be.
Look, it's an electric eel.
Those, quite literally an electric eel. I have the current visually on its body.
It's because I've been throwing my car batteries in the ocean. That's how it recharged.
Oh, they appreciate that.
You gotta dispose your car batteries in the ocean. How else are the eels supposed to charge?
Exactly.
Can you just jump into the ocean like that, or will you just immediately die?
Oh no, you've got a magical spacesuit on, so like I'm fine. Like crush depth of 600 to 1200 meters, don't bother me now.
Okay, yeah, because if you actually went to 600 meters as a human being, you would literally turn into.
I would be dead.
You would be instantly squeezed.
I would be as squished as the fish and into the brine. Oh, I guess this brine is one of the tamer brines. Very well. Some treacherous stuff down here in the sea.
It's neat. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
I can't play it.
Very well. All right. Yeah, we can stop here.
Maybe if I were to put it on the easier difficulty, I might enjoy playing it, but I don't know. It's like I've got so many other games that I can play.
Yeah, other games that are more tailored for your experience. That's fine. But at least we got to check it out.